What's going on, Diecast collectors? This is OBB, the Diecast news guy, returning once more to bring you all a NASCAR Authentics Diecast review on Sammy Smith's 2024 Pilot Flying J Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and JR Motorsports. And I know I am probably going to go ahead and get those jokes and say, oh, is this a Lamar Jackson car? Hopefully not, because we do not want to really talk about that and the whole lawsuits that's been going on with him and Dale Earnhardt Jr. But yeah, this is a cool car that I picked up from Walmart. As you guys know, I'm now a New York resident, so I was able to get this from the East Syracuse Walmart, so shout out to them. But this is part of the 2024 Wave 6 lineup of Winter Circle, which is a wave I have not found yet, but you can also find this at your local FYE stores if you have them at your malls. But anyways, without further ado, let's go and unbox this bad boy and let's take a close look at the controversial Sammy Smith car from 2024. And alrighty folks, we got this Diecast Outfits box, and man, what a cool looking scheme that we got right here for the now controversial Sammy Smith. And no, I do not mean Lamar Jackson, so hopefully he's not going to come after us, because heck, as you guys already know about the famous lawsuit that happened with Dale Jr. and Lamar Jackson. Dale Jr. unfortunately cannot use this font anymore. I mean, I think this was like the first year they actually leaned the 8 forwards, which it was a nice little step in the right direction, because now in the year 2025, we were actually able to get now the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated fonts from Teresa Earnhardt. But now the I guess you could say the camel's back is now with us with this type of font. Don't know why that was the case. I mean, last time I checked, I mean, Lamar Jackson and Dale Jr.'s number 8 don't really look alike, but whatever, though, it is what it is. So this is definitely going to be a diecast that is definitely going to be rare someday. Even though this is not an exclusive diecast by any means necessary, this was released also in the Gold Series scale diecast, which of course you can still probably find this car if it's not sold out from my good buddies at Spoiler Diecast. Get the free shipping code, because it definitely helps out with the high tariff situation that we got going on. Shout out to anybody who is also a customer and you guys use Pilot Flying J. We actually got some right here around the Syracuse and Oswego area, so heck, we'll definitely a lot of competition in the gas stations nowadays. But feel free to comment below what separates Pilot Flying J from everything else. Who knows, maybe Sammy Smith give me a nice little history lesson on that. But this ain't the first time I reviewed a Pilot Flying J car, because when we go on to the side-by-side comparison, you guys are going to be knowing what we talk about. But yeah, you guys can see that this is of course a standard NASCAR Authentics diecast with no window banners whatsoever. The white interiors, which is another standard feature. White plastic bottom with of course the EL mold branding, which that's luckily for the trucks and Xfinity we have not had to worry about an alternate mold. So whenever we get, you know, EL cars, I mean, there was that one time where we had blurry decals on the Dale Jr. Bass Pro Shops car. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is one of the primary schemes and probably the one and only time for NASCAR Authentics we had a Sammy Smith car, because I was pretty bummed that we never got his first win with Joe Gibbs Racing from last year, as I'm talking about his 2024 car. So from 2023, he won the Phoenix race early on in spring, and that could have been an easily contender for getting a cool looking Winter Circle diecast. Never came to be, and it's pretty unfortunate. And speaking of unfortunate, it looks like we got ourselves a freaking paint chip. Good God almighty, that is a horrendously, and I mean a really bad paint chip. Good God, someone give me a Sharpie for Christ's sakes. That, well, you guys know what I'm going to say. $5 quality at its finest. $5 quality. Who knows? I probably found this in the back of a freaking Pilot Flying J bathroom for all I know. And you see TMC, a lot of these other sponsors like Allstate Peterbilt. You're probably going to be like, wow, is this like a Michael Annett car? Pretty much is. Pretty much is. I mean, since Michael Annett does have close ties with Sammy Smith. So if you guys are wondering why that is the case, it's not a weird coincidence. But I really do like how they, whoever designed the paint scheme of this car really deserves a big raise, because I think it looks a lot better. I mean, with the Sammy Smith car that we had from 2023, it had like an orange or like this dandelion yellow number. Of course, we had a 1 right by it too, since, you know, it was the 18 Joe Gibbs Racing car. But comment below if you guys actually prefer Sammy Smith from JR Motorsports or with Joe Gibbs Racing. But I know a lot of people are not really liking him anymore, especially after his little incident that he had from a few weeks ago in the Xfinity Series. Man, I think we probably saw his true colors with what happened at Martinsville with what was it, Taylor Gray or Tanner Gray? I'm trying to remember which gray it was, but you can definitely tell I don't watch too much NASCAR, but I was up to date on that situation. But surprisingly, this car has been really hard for me to find, including most of the cars from Wave 6. But you can also probably find this at your local FYEs, so as I said before in the introduction. But yeah, just a unique looking car. I love the color variations you got right here of the red, the whites, and the dandelion yellow. I know on camera it looks a little bit darker, but who knows, with some post-editing it will look, I guess you could say, on fly with all the rest of the cars. But yeah, just a cool looking diecast. And am I not surprised that this is going to be released in a NASCAR Authentics wave? Of course not, because usually when some JR Motorsports diecasts do get canceled, we usually get a good majority of them in NASCAR Authentics, because just like JR Motorsports, JR Motorsports is a very popular team, and even if the cars do not make the minimum order quantity, which is 2,500, we will get them in a NASCAR Authentics wave. So anybody who is a fan of JR Motorsports, especially this year, you're going to be in luck, because we are probably going to get some NASCAR Authentics cars along the way. But now let's get on to the side-by-side comparison of another Pilot Flying J car, and it is, what do you know, a Michael Annett car. So here's the Michael Annett car, which looks very, very similar to the Sammy Smith car, with just some slight differences. I mean, I guess you could say the paint team designer really cooked on this one compared to this one. But I like the differences. But this is actually an exclusive from 2021, if I'm not mistaken, as I'm trying to cheat with the box right here, because it does have the printing right here. So yeah, hard to believe that this was also another rare car, because you guys know Michael Annett actually partially retired, and then, well, not partially retired, but he only drove this car for like a few races, and then he unfortunately he had to step away due to some injuries that he had, and that's when we had Josh Berry and a few other guys stepped in and took over this ride, and then eventually he retired altogether for racing. But I still think he still works well with Sammy Smith. I don't know what affiliation he is with, but heck, he does have a lot of family ties with the Pilot Flying J brand, so that probably has something to go right there. So but hey, you know, you guys can always look that up, because heck, I mean, I'm just a diecast guy and who likes to review diecast, not an encyclopedia. But yeah, really cool, as you guys can see right there. Really nice to show both JR Motorsports diecasts, so anybody who wants to really show off your Pilot Flying J collection, both these cars are really cool cars to get, even though one of them is just an exclusive. But I think the Gold Series car has kind of dried up a little bit, so I don't know, could be all those freaking Lamar Jackson fans. So never thought I'd be making a comparison with this with NASCAR and NFL, but here we are. I mean, you only got one person to blame, so how about that 8, guys? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this very interesting and hopefully not controversial diecast review of Sammy Smith's 2024 Pilot Flying J Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Cups, for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and JR Motorsports. Comment, subscribe. This has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and I guess I'm going to pilot my way on to the next Diecast review.